ask randomly, I guess, based on the previous first meeting when I gave you guys the video. Yeah. Um, there are several kind of description about this subject. Yeah. And then now I would like to ask Nur Intan. Intan, what is it that you still remember from the first meeting that we had using the video that I uploaded? Intan, come on, Intan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is it?
Yes.
Uh, okay, what is it? The first meeting description that you still remember? Yeah, last week I gave you guys a video of our first meeting about curriculum and material development. Okay, what is it that you still remember in time?
I'm sorry, sir.
What is it?
But
So you don't remember anything then? Hmm?
yes.
Okay, thank you. If you don't remember the first meeting, you better watch the first meeting of curriculum and material development. Okay? Okay, Clarissa, come on, what is it that you still remember from the first meeting when I explained? Come on, what is it?
About curriculum and material development, and you explain about what is the we have learned in this semester, like concept curriculum, each type curriculum, different type of curriculum, basic competence when you learn English language, and study basic knowledge on curriculum, try to implement on teaching material development, and focus teaching and learning process material.
Okay, thank you. I guess that's a complete one. Now let's try with Aquila Rosa. Aquila Rosa, yeah. On the first meeting, I give a general description about curriculum. So what is it? Curriculum based on my first video about curriculum and material development. Aquila Rosa.
I just look at the aims and a little bit the video, sir.
Okay, so you are not joining full video, so you're not joining full class then, yeah? So you, okay. So what is it that you watch? What is it that you got?
Curriculum and material development aims learn about concept of curriculum, learn about each type of curriculum, learn about the student character, learn about basic competence. If you want to be a teacher, we have to know about basic knowledge of curriculum and try to implement the curriculum in teaching and learning process. I think that's it.
Okay, thank you very much, Aquila Rosa. And now you better watch full, yeah, because if you are skipping the material, it means you are not attending the whole class. Yeah, it means you skip the class. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Aquila Rosa. And then, okay, what about Nurlaili? Nurlaili, do you mind please try to tell me what you got from the previous first meeting, please?
Okay, I got what's the material that we learn in this semester. Like for curriculum, the aim and the definition of curriculum, and then the type of curriculum, and also we learn about the characteristic of the student. And for material development, we have to know the strategy and then the method that we want to teach for student, and also the learning model. That's it, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. And in total, how many of students that we got on you guys from B class, right? Yeah.
40, sir.
No, I mean you guys from B class or A class?
B class, sir.
B class. How many in total? It is 40 or 50 students?
45.
45. And until now, we still only have 22 students. Tiara Vidya, do you mind please try to ask your friend to join as soon as possible, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then also with Zahra Tunisa, you're still hiding. Nurul Fitri, Almira, I can see your face, yeah? Sukma, there we go. Aditya Okta, yeah? Marsha, have you recorded this meeting yet? Marsha?
Yes, I have recorded,
Mar-
sir.
okay, okay. I'm gonna wait till we have more than 30 students, and that one we will start, yeah? And then please ask your friend to join as soon as possible, okay? Adam Putra,
Yes, sir.
yeah, please try to ask your friend to join, yeah, to join the class because I'm not gonna start the class, yeah, before you guys reach 30 students, more than 30 students, yeah. Okay, okay. Ask your friend to join as soon as possible. And why is still 28 students? Adam, where's the rest of your friend? Nurlan told me it's around 45 students for B class. Yeah, okay, 29. Okay, okay, there we go. Yeah, 30 students. And for those that haven't turned their camera on, I want you guys to please turn your camera on. Yeah, there we go. Aditya, Adam. Adam.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 31. Yeah, and then you are not turning your camera. There we go. Okay, I guess we can start the lesson because we already got 31 participants here for this meeting. So it's mean we have around 14 students, yeah? 14 students that absent for this meeting, yeah? Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. Okay, thank you guys for joining here our second meeting for curriculum and material development. It seems like some of you here still sleepy here, and maybe for those that attending the English camp, you guys still tired maybe, and then not ready to join this meeting. Yeah, as I told you guys the previous week when we had our first meeting, I already explained about the overview about curriculum and material development. Yeah. And while explaining about the overview of curriculum and material development, I told you guys when you discuss about the first curriculum and then second one also about material development. Yeah, these terms here it is related or it is referred to English language teaching and learning. Yeah, so it is not curriculum in general. So it is not teaching and learning material in general, but it is still about curriculum in English language teaching and learning, and then also uh, material about English teaching and learning. Yeah, and today here I'd like to explain more about what we call by materials development. Yeah. So one more time, when I mentioned about material development, it's mean you guys will learn how that you're going to develop, yeah, English teaching and learning materials. Okay. I hope you guys will keep that in your mind, and then every time that I mention about materials, yeah, and then also about curriculum. So it is about English language teaching and learning, yeah. And talking about materials development, here we come with our first what we can call it here, with our first prior or previous comprehension about materials. Yeah? Materials itself here is the simply the topic or simply what is it, the subject that you're going to teach, yeah, for your students. Yeah? And since it is about English language learning, now let's try to take the example here. For example, you guys will try to teach your student about speaking. Yeah, that will be the example. Yeah, the example here, the learning material that you're going to teach for your student, it is about speaking. Yeah, and then now, how are you going to develop speaking material for your students? Yeah. So the first step that you have to do when you try to develop a speaking learning material for your students, the first year you gotta set or you gotta decide what is it your aims, yeah? What is it the aims for the speaking learning material? Yeah, the first setting the aims, yeah. Why did you guys have to set your aims? Because you're going to develop the learning material here. Because by setting the aim itself, so you're going to be able in measuring how your learning material here will mastered by the students. For example, here the aim for one meeting, for example, here in teaching speaking, after they joining your first meeting or first topic about speaking here, for example, the student will be able in giving a description about place. Yeah, so that will be the example. Yeah, first meeting after you guys teach your student about speaking, and then by the end of the lesson, by the end of the meeting, they will be able in giving the description about place or a person. Yeah. So the first step, what is it? Can you repeat it? What is it that you have to do while developing a learning material here? What is it? The first?
The aims of the subject that we want to teach for students.
Okay, thank you very much. So the first here is the aims, yeah, and then second one, what is it? What is it after the aims? What is it? The common one after the aims when you try to develop, when you try to build, when you try to plan a learning material after you decided the aims. What's next? Come on, what's next? Anyone, can you guess it, please? First of all, you already set your aims, and then after that one, what is it? Come on, come on. Just talk, please. Come on. Tiara Vidya, come on, what is it? After the aims, what is it that you're gonna do next in developing learning material for the students?
Description about speaking.
Okay, description about speaking. Okay, thank you very much. Anyone else, please? Anyone else? Anyone else? No. Okay. The first, you guys already set your setting, yeah? And then after that one, you are going to explain or you are going to elaborate how you are going to make sure that your learning material here will achieve your aims. Do you understand? Yeah? Okay. The first here is your aim. Yeah, you already set the aims, and then second one, you're going to make sure here, what is it? What is it, the strategy? What is it, the method? Yeah, what is it, the approach that you are going to use to achieve your aims? Yeah, so the second one here, the question, it will be how. Yeah, so still here it is about speaking, for example. Yeah, the strategy that you're going to make, that you're going to use while teaching your student about, for example, you're giving a description about places here. You try to use what we call by a group kind of presentation, for example. Or you guys may choose another type of partner kind of discussion or partner kind of conversations. Yeah. And by using a group discussion or partner kind of discussion here, your student will be able in giving a description. Yeah. For example, one group consists of 2 students, and then each of the students here they have to discuss about how to give a description about places. Yeah, that will be the second one related with how that you're going to achieve your aims. And then what is it, the third or the next? Come on, after how, after the strategy or after the approach, what is it, the third, please? Nulali,
Explain the aims, sir.
what is it?
Explain the aims.
Explaining the aims. Really, you're gonna explain your aims? So I guess, or I think, explaining the aim here on the first, yeah, because when you tell your student, okay guys, we are going to learn about giving a description about places, yeah, so that will be the first. And then second one, it is of the strategy. And then what's next? The third. Sukma Hairunisa, come on. What is it? The next, the third, please. Come on.
Sir.
Come on.
Opening the materials, maybe, sir.
Okay, opening the material. Thank you very much. Anyone else, please? Clara Clarissa, Anissa Azahra, Marsha Amanta, or anyone else, please? Come on.
Yes, sir.
Okay, come on.
I have no idea.
You have no idea. Okay. Let me repeat it. We are still discussing here about how to develop a learning materials. And then we pick the example of the learning material here. It is about speaking materials. Yeah. And then to develop speaking learning material here, first of all, we set the aims. Yeah. That was the first step. Yeah, the aims, and then second one here, we chose what is it, the strategy, or what is it, the approach, what is it, the method that we are going to use to achieve our aims. Yeah, and then the third, come on, what is it? Nurul Fitri, do you have something in your mind, please? Nurul Fitri.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't have.
Okay, Farley. Farley, can you hear me, Farley? 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 I guess Farley is sleeping. Farley? Okay, come on. Farley.
Basic now.
Okay, what is the third in developing, speaking, learning material, please? What is it?
I have no idea, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Just guess it. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that was correct or wrong answer. Just guess it. Anyone, please? Aji? Aji?
Okay, so logically, if the first step one setting the aim, and then the second one is how to achieve your aim, like method, the third one must be like take action, right? Like take the action or conclusion. It's come to conclusion or take the action, because the first one is explain and the second one is how to use, and then the third one must be like take the action or conclusion. I think.
Okay, nice one. Yeah. So the third, according to Aji, here is the action or the process of implementing. Yeah, and we are discussing here about how to develop a speaking learning material. Yeah, the first aim, and the second one how, and then the third here it will be about a plan. Yeah, a plan how that we are going to teach the student. Planning here consists of, yeah, as the regular kind of teaching. Yeah, the first year it consists of our introduction first, and then after that one, what is it? The content of our uh, learning material, and then the third one, how that we are going to evaluate the speaking learning material. Yeah, and then after that one, the reflection. Okay, that was the third. Yeah, and then now last one, the fourth. What is it? In developing speaking learning material, anyone can guess it, please? Okay, come on, anyone? Asmaul Konita. Asmaul Konita. Okay, she's not responding.
Yes, sir.
Okay, come on. Asmaul Qanita, what is it? The fourth
Sorry,
step.
sir.
This I call here the last step in developing learning material. Come on, what is it?
Sorry, sir. I didn't guess it.
Okay, thank you. Next we have Bulan. Bulan Permata Maulana. Bulan, where are you, Bulan? Come on.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay, come on.
I'm sorry, sir. I have no idea.
It seems you have no idea. Okay, it seems like Fahrina. What about Fahrina? Fahrina? Fahrina, hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, come on. What is it? The last in developing a learning material, please?
Sorry, mister. I don't understand.
Okay, okay. Ibnu Rizki. Ibnu Rizki, please. Ibnu Rizki?
Yes, sir.
Okay, come on. Ibnu Rizki, what is it? The last steps, yeah, in developing learning material. And then for the case here, it is speaking learning material. Come on, Ibnu.
Sorry, sir.
Ibnu?
I don't have idea.
Okay, nice one. No idea is the best answer. Yeah, Luna. Luna, what is it? Luna Ataya.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's not Luna Maya, but Luna Ataya. Come on, Luna.
Maybe it's concluding and scoring, sir.
Okay, do not start answering using maybe. Yeah. Come on, just what is it? Last step in developing learning material, please.
Concluding and scoring.
Okay, last one here is conclusion and then also scoring. Thank you, Luna. So last one, yeah, last one. What is it that you have to consider while developing the learning material? And here, for the example, it is the speaking learning material. Here it is. I already mentioned it earlier. Yeah. Developing speaking learning material here, last step in developing this kind of subject, it is simply what we call by evaluation and reflection. That will be last. Yeah, evaluation and reflection. Yeah, and then now I want to ask Anissa Zahra to please try to give me a recap all those four steps in developing learning material, especially here based on our case. It is for speaking. Yeah, come on. What is it? The first, Anissa Zahra.
Okay. The first is decide your aim.
Okay.
What you're going to learn. Yeah. And the
What
second
is it? What
is
do
how
you
you.
want? Okay. Next, proceed.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. The second is. The second is how you achieve the aim by decide the strategy and method. And the third is planning how the learning process work. And then the fourth is start doing the learning. Yeah.
For start doing the learning. So you are not with us, I guess. Yeah, you are making something else here. Nurlaili, please try to give us the recap. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. 1 second, Nurlaili. I want you to please give your clarification to Anissa Zahra. here we are going to develop a learning material, and then why did Anissa Azahria here mentioning about what you're going to learn? Yeah, so you have to assume yourself here as a teacher, not as the students. Yeah, come on, Nurlali, please. What is it? A recap. Come on.
First is the design aims, and then we have to explain the aims also. And the second step is which is the strategy or the method. And then the third step is the process of implementing, or is it a plan? How to use the strategy or the method that we choose before to teach the student. And then the last step is evaluation and reflections.
Okay,
That's it.
thank you very much. Okay, Anissa Zara, I hope you gonna revise what you wrote, yeah, for your note, yeah. Anyone else here would like to give their recap, maybe, please? Anyone? Anyone, please? Okay, since no one, now let's go with what we call by the characteristic, or what is it that a learning material here should be teach for the students. Yeah, the characteristic of the learning material. Yeah, there are several characteristics here that I can mention for you guys based on Tomlinson. Yeah, the materials. One more time, when I mention about materials, here it is about English language teaching and learning materials. Okay? Okay, the material here, so the first, expose the learners to language in authentic use. Yeah, that will be the first. One more time, let me repeat it. Yeah, the material here should be number one, expose the learners to language in authentic use. That will be the first. Yeah, and then second one, yeah, the material here should help learners to pay attention to the features, yeah, features of authentic input. That was the second, yeah. And then the third, provide the learner with opportunities to use the target language to achieve communicative process, yeah. And then next one, the fourth here, provide opportunities for outcome feedback, yeah. And then for the fifth, achieve impact in the sense that they arouse and sustain the learner's curiosity and attention. Yeah. And the last one here, stimulate intellectual, aesthetic, and then emotional involvement. That will be the last one when we discuss about what is it the material should be about. Yeah.
Sorry, sir. Can you
Okay.
repeat the point 3, 4, and 6?
Okay. Point number 3 here: provide the learners with opportunities to use the target language, yeah, to achieve, yeah, communicative process or purpose. Yeah. Okay, now I want to give a chance here. I'm gonna choose randomly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, or 6 students, not 7, 6 students to try to give their own perspective about this material characteristic. Yeah. So the first, Almira Hanifa, come on. I want you to please try to choose Almira, that will be the first. Second one, it will be Bulan. Third one, it will be Akila. And then the fourth one, it will be Tiara. Next one, it will be Nurlaili. Last one, it will be Luna. Okay, let's start with number one, please. Come on. Come on. Who's number one, please? Okay, who is number one?
Almira, sir.
Okay, come on, Almira Hanifa. Okay,
Number one,
what is it?
expose the learners to language the authentic.
Okay, what does it mean?
Explain about language to the students.
Explain language to the student. Okay, who is the second one, please? Second one?
Me, sir.
Okay, come on. What is it, the second one?
I'm sorry, sir, for the second characteristic. I haven't write it because you're too fast to mention it. Would you please repeat for the second, sir?
Okay, the second year help learners to pay attention to pictures of authentic input. That was the second. Okay, what is it? Bulan?
We give an interest picture to the student so the student can be more pay attention to the picture that we deliver to them.
Okay. That's all, Bulan?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Who's the next, please?
Me, sir.
Okay, come on.
Number three is provide the learner to with opportunity to communicate. That's all.
Okay, thank you very much. Next, who's number four, please? Who's number four, please?
Me, sir.
Come on, who is number four? Come on.
Format the target to set purpose.
What was that, Tiara? Okay, thank you. Next, come on. Who's the next, please? Next. Who is the next? Come on. Who is the next?
Is that me, sir?
Okay, come on. You are the last, I guess. This is number five. Who's the fifth?
Okay.
I'm Sir
Who is it?
Nuraili.
Okay, come on, Nurlali.
Number 6.
Nurlali, so you're the last.
Yes, Mister.
Okay, come on, Luna. Luna then, you're the fifth. Luna?
The fifth is achieve impact in the sense of learners' intentions.
Okay, what does it mean?
The teacher must know what the learner's intentions in learning speaking, like how they learn speaking in their way that easy for them.
Okay, thank you. Last one, come on, Nurlali.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't hear the explanation for number 6, but I already hear about the simulation. And in my opinion, for simulation, it means we have to prepare the characteristic is prepare the material that learner to each for student. I just hear the simulation, sir. Sorry, it's too fast for me to write the 4.6. I just
Okay,
write
thank you very much. I'm gonna
1.4.
Okay, I'll try to give the explanation for each of the term here. Okay, I want you guys to please try to pay attention. So the first here is expose the learners to language in authentic use. Yeah. So the first terms here refer to what kind of the topic, what kind of the subject about language that you're going to give for your student that match, yeah, with their actual needs. That's what we call by expose the learners to language in authentic use. Yeah, that will be the first. And then second one, have learners to pay attention to features of authentic input. Yeah, for this one, for the second point here is still relevant with number one, with the first point. Yeah, so we have to pay attention about the feature of authentic input. So what is it that we really need to tell the student or to teach the student when they learn about language? That will be the second. Yeah, and then for the third one, provide the learners with opportunities to use the target language to achieve communicative purposes or process. Yeah, for the third here it's mean when the student learn about the material here, they have their opportunities, yeah, to use the target language, to use what is it, the language that they learn. And then in our case here, the student learn English, so they have to get the opportunities or the chance here to use English while learning about the material. And then uh, as the main aims, yeah, as the main aim of language learning here to achieve what we call by the communicative purpose or a communicative process. Yeah, that's why that we learn language. And then next one, the fourth here provide opportunities for outcome feedback. Yeah, for this one, yeah, opportunities for outcome feedback. It means all the material here is not only about all the theories, yeah, that you guys as a teacher give to your student, but you guys also need to provide what is it, the feedback after they learn about a certain topic from your guys material. And then next one, yeah, for the tip here, achieve impact in the sense that they arouse and sustain the learner curiosity and attention. Yeah, for this point, the material here should make the student uh, really want to know more about the language, about the English language. They have their full attention, yeah, in learning English language, and then they still have their curiosity all the time while learning English language. Yeah, that was the fifth, and then last one. It is not simulation, my dear. Who is it? My dear Nurlaili. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Nurlaili. Okay, it is not simulation. Yeah, but it is stimulate intellectual, yeah, aesthetic and emotional involvement. Yeah, that was the last one. Yeah, about materials. Yeah, stimulate intellectual, aesthetic, and then emotional involvement. Yeah, the learning material that you guys use for the student here consists of something that will attract your student to build their knowledge, yeah, and to give them new insight about a certain information, a certain knowledge, yeah, certain information, and then also knowledge. Yeah, it is about English language, of course. And then that one, aesthetic. What is it, aesthetic? I guess this term here is really familiar with you guys. Aesthetic. What is it? What is it, aesthetic? Tiara Vidya, you want to say something. What is it, aesthetic? Come on, Tiara Vidya. What is it, aesthetic, please? And then you still mute. I can barely hear you, Tiara Vidya.
Aesthetic is about object,
Okay.
object, beauty. Sorry, sir. I'm stuck.
Okay, thank you very much. So, material here should be aesthetic. It's mean what you deliver to your student here, it should be something that interesting for them, something that they will love to see, they will love to watch, or they will love to enjoy the material. That's what the meaning of aesthetic here in discussing about material. Yeah, and then last one, this what I love the most here is about emotional involvement. Okay, what does it mean by emotional involvement? I would like to ask Anissa Zahra about this one. The previous Tiara, she's mentioning about aesthetic, and then now Anissa Zahra here about emotional involvement. What is it? In materials, you're gonna put emotional on it. What is it? What does it mean by emotional involvement? Come on.
Involvement or involvement in, yeah.
Involvement.
I think it's about when the material should reach the sense of our student, like kayak apa ya? Kayak merekat ya, stick to the sense of the student. The material should be stick to the emotional of the student, so they will keep remember the material.
Okay, thank you very much. Next, Bulan, what is it? Emotional involvement. Bulan Permata Sakti, teman. Bulan.
Um, I have no idea, sir. Sorry.
Okay, so you don't have any emotional relationship with your friend and then also with. Okay, now let's try Nurlaili then. Nurlaili. Emotional involvement, what is it? What does it mean here? The material should involve also emotional involvement.
In my opinion, emotional involvement that the student and the teacher have involved the expression, the emotional during the learning. I think make interesting, so it relate interesting when we involve the emotional, we can feel the interesting of the material, I think, or the subject. That's it, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let me explain it. What does it mean by emotional involvement here? Something that come from our heart, yeah, will get into our student heart. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah, that's what I call by emotional involvement. When you try to teach the student, when you try to teach your student here, they have to understand that they are learning something that will increase their knowledge, yeah, that will build their personality, yeah, and then that will give them a positive vibes after joining teaching and learning process. Okay? Can you get it, Anissa Zahra?
Yes, I understand now.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, I guess that's enough. Yeah, for our second meeting, and I want you guys to try to watch this video because after this one, I'm gonna ask the recording from who's the one here, the host of this meeting, Marsha, yeah? Marsha Amanta. Yeah? Okay, Marsha Amanta. To this one, I want you to please try to send me the video of this meeting, yeah. And I guess that should be enough, guys, for the second meeting of our subject curriculum and material development. So the summary, I guess, the first year you guys already learned about what are the steps, yeah, in developing learning materials, and then second one here, the characteristic or the principle of materials, yeah, English language learning material, and then this will be our second meeting main point, and then for next week, let's hope you're going to start here with the real example, yeah, a normal kind or a regular kind of learning material, and then we are going to develop it using the step that we already learned before. Okay, guys, thank you very much for joining today's meeting. Yeah, and I want you to please give me your best smile, and Tiara, Vidya, and then Bulan. After this one, you can continue go to sleep. Yeah, you can continue sleeping, Bulan. Yeah. I want to take a screenshot, please. 3, 2, 1. Okay, Aji, finally, I can see your face. Where's Luna? Where's Luna? Luna, would you please try to turn your camera, Luna? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, one more time. 3, 2, 1. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Cheers. Okay, thank you very much, guys. See ya. It is not next week, but see ya on your next subject for the what is it? For the microeconomics. What is it? For the quantitative or what is it?
Yes, sir.
Quantitative methods.
Okay, for quantitative and qualitative research method. Yeah. Okay, and then the last. Wallahu muwaffiq wal hadi ila sabil rasyad. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okay.
Thank you.